Good morning, HR people, and welcome to another chapter. In chapter 6, we will be talking about technology based training methods. We are done discussing the training design. How are you going to do or to design a training? And also, how are you going to conduct and implement the training? By this time, I would like to highlight to you the discussion on technology based training methods since it is the most timely and relatable methods that we can use in this time of pandemic. We are basing every training conduct or we are utilizing technology to be able to offer and to conduct training. Specifically, our objectives are first, to determine computer based training and understand the benefits of e learning. Second, to discuss how mobile technology works for training. And lastly, to recognize the benefits of learning management systems. Let's define technology based learning, or most popularly known as TBL. It is constituted via electronic technology, including the internet, satellite broadcast, audio and video conferencing, bulletin boards, chat rooms, webcast, and CD-ROM. It encompasses related terms such as online learning and web-based learning that only include learning that occurs via the internet and computer-based learning. Basically, TBL, when we heard the word TBL or technology-based learning, we associate it with the internet. And that's why it is called as online learning. But basically, or in the other ways, they are using different softwares, systems, or sometimes without the use of internet, just you have, especially you have the computer set up, you can utilize the TBL. So it depends upon the installation of system in your computer, whether it is in need of the connection of the internet or not. In short, or in other terms, as long as there are systems, softwares, and the other mentioned technologies, so it is called as TBL. Okay, so further, let's explore the nature of TBL by discussing the different nature of TBL. So there are two natures. The first one is distance learning and the second one is procedural knowledge. Distance learning, from the word itself, you are learning with through or even you are away, okay, or in distant. So distance learning occurs when trainers and trainees are in far-flung location. So whether you are in the other side of the world, as long as there are softwares or internet that connects you, so you can still follow the instruction on how to pull off the training. Okay, so there are different natures under distance learning. And the benefits are, first, reduce trainee learning time by allowing trainees to progress at their own pace. So the good thing about distance learning is you can depend on yourself, on your own learning and your own understanding, and you can develop your own skills by your own, okay, at your own pace. So there's no one to depend on through your own efforts, so it is one of the nature. Second, it reduces cost of the training, particularly by reducing costs associated with travel and training location. Traditionally, if we when we conduct training, it incur expenses to when it comes to food, when it comes to training facilitator, when it comes to the venue or any physical setups. So in this time, in distance learning, if you have your ready modules, your ready online conferencing, so you can lessen the expenses. Okay. Third, provide instructional consistency by offering the same training content to the employees worldwide. So simultaneously, you can discuss the training or the training content whenever you are in or whenever you are located in the different phases of the world or different location, you can do it simultaneously. Everyone can listen to one instruction. Fourth, allows trainees to learn at their own pace, thereby reducing any boredom or anxiety that may occur. So it's still a traditional way of two-way street wherein the trainer will instruct and then the trainee should explore their own understanding about the concept that are being tackled. Next, it provides a safe method for learning hazardous tasks with computer simulation. And lastly, it increases access to training in location around the world. Okay? On the other hand, the second nature is the procedural knowledge. So basically, this nature, you can be or you may be distant, but at the same time, you have your own module. Okay, so it is developed by allowing trainees to practice applying the knowledge to various situations simulated by the software, wherein you have to read different materials, or you will be given different references for you to learn about the training, and then you have to answer different questions, or you have to assess yourself to assess your learning. Okay, so it can be automatically documented trainees' response, interpret them, and provide appropriate practice modules to improve areas of weaknesses. So the differences about this is to whether you have your own system, the module is uploaded in the system or it is available online, and then all you have to do is to read, to understand, and to apply it into practice. Okay, so again, we have two different natures of TBL. One is distance learning, and the second one is procedural knowledge. Okay, from the word itself, procedural knowledge, you are given with modules with certain tasks to do, with different procedures to follow. Okay, let's explore more about distance learning. Distance learning is usually employed by geographical dispersed firms to offer new information regarding new products, policies, or procedure, plus skills training and expert lectures on field applications. So how do we conduct distance learning? Basically, there are two: through teleconferencing and webcasting. So I personally thought that teleconferencing is the same as webcasting, but in technical terminologies, they are different. Okay, when we say teleconferencing, link via telephone so that trainees can see the presentation and can call in question and comments to the trainee. From the word itself, teleconferencing. So the conference is being done through telecommunication, and basically it is done through phone calls. So the difference between these two is that webcasting is through the use of webcam or web camera. Okay, so in webcasting, there is a live feature. It is provided online through live broadcast, wherein in live broadcast, you can directly, okay, or you can watch the video, or you can watch the live broadcast of the training, but however, there is a certain mechanic on how you are going to raise your question to clarify things. The difference between the teleconferencing is through the use of telephone. Okay, you can call them up on your questions. But basically, in this moment, we are utilizing the use of different application or software such as Zoom, Google Meet, FB Live, or the likes, wherein you can just comment your questions, or the others, you have your access to the audio, wherein anytime you can tap them to raise your question, or if there are is a time allotted to raise questions. Okay, so mostly or basically at this moment of time, we are utilizing the webcasting, and we associate it, or we use it as a form of teleconferencing at the same time, because the softwares or the applications allow us to manage things while you are watching, while you are listening to the lecture. You can at the same time raise your queries. Okay, so the use of mobile technology are widely used at this very present time, because we turn computers in smartphones. Okay, so mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets are increasingly being used to provide training when and where it is needed. It allows employees to get connected to communities of learning and give employees the ability to learn at their own speed by reviewing materials or browsing over the content they know. You don't need to bring your laptop, your personal computer. Just a click in your smartphones, the files are saved already. You can access the everything or the training through your mobile gadget. So at this present time, it is also important to have your own smartphones. Okay, it is less hassle, it is more accessible if you have your gadget on hand. Okay, the next one is blended learning. I know you are all familiar with this with this way because it is somewhat literally means a mix of online training and face-to-face. Especially at this point of time that we just transformed from having the traditional ways to digital ways. So we are not that adapted with the full digital means. So blended learning is what we are expecting to happen once this pandemic is over. So we embrace the technological advancement at the same time the use or the utilization of physical or face-to-face interaction is also needed because there are other subjects or other topics that need to be explained or to be taught through physical interaction. Okay? In this method, various platforms and modes of delivery are utilized. Materials such as videos, case studies, or articles are used. Approach could be gaming, simulation, and problem-based learning. Specifically, if we choose to have a workshop, how can we do group activities if we will not do it in physical setup or in physical with physical presence? Okay, the mode of delivery to captivate them the most, their technology literacy of their preferred traditional face-to-face learning methods are things to be considered. So by this means we are trying to put it in a more hybrid way of training wherein we can conduct it through online at the same time. There is a cooperation or collaboration, so we cannot suppress or deprive the importance of social interaction. Okay? And lastly is the learning management systems. I know you are aware of this because you are using this in your studies. So learning management system, it is a software, okay? An application or web-based technology, and it is kinda pricey, okay? The institution, the businesses, the schools, they purchase it, okay? So it is an implementation to assess a specific learning process. It provides an instructor in a way to create and deliver content, monitor trainee participation, and assess trainee performance. The good thing about learning management system or LMS, you only have one common system, a place wherein all of your trainees are there. You can locate easily where or what to submit, okay? What instruction should be given. So, what are the commands that you have to implement? So, everything about the training are uploaded or installed in the LMS. So, for monitoring purposes, for documentation purposes, you can easily access everything there. Okay? And some of the benefits are manage and tranche staff training with an LMS, facilitate e-learning with an online learning platform. So there is a common online platform that you can utilize. Consolidate all training information into one system. It is easy for HR to conduct TNA, to monitor who among the employees doesn't have or do not have training yet. So what specific KSA should be given to this person because everything is recorded there. Reduce training costs with an LMS. Okay, you can reduce because one-time payment for the LMS installation and then everything is there. So you don't need to subscribe for Zoom, you don't need other subscriptions because everything is incorporated there. And lastly, to improve a compliance with regulatory requirements since everything is intact. Okay? So, we are done with the technologic-based methods. If you have questions and clarifications, do not hesitate to approach me. I hope you will learn something because this is a very important discussion. So, for you to be guided, what kinds or what ways will you use especially in your projects, in your assessments, because we will be conducting your practical in these methodologies. Okay, thank you so much for listening and have a great day.